Good morning, Bulldogs. Happy Monday. It's Monday, yes, May 18th, 2020. I hope everyone had as good of a weekend as you could in the situation, and hopefully you got to enjoy some of the nice weather that we had outside. So today's music, I'm playing some Jack Johnson, much more contemporary than the music I normally play. So he's turning, 45 today? He's from Hawaii because his father was a professional surfer. And he's a singer, a songwriter. He does charity efforts. He recently donated about 50 grand to Hurricane Sandy relief. And he's actually a former professional surfer himself, growing up on the shore around a lot of surfers. This is music we heard quite often. But anyway, here's today's New York Times news in 90 seconds. So today, the WHO, the World Health Organization, continues to meet online. Their meeting, and they are gathering to push for global coordination amid a deepening rift between the U.S. and China. So what they're trying to do is to ask for more ways to go to China and see where it started, amongst many other things. But there sort of looks like, there's sort of a lot of tension, as you can imagine, between the U.S., which does have the highest amount of cases right now, I think about a third, and China, where it's believed to have begun. The first coronavirus, this is good news. The vaccine is tested. It was tested in, I believe, 8 people, and it appeared to be safe and, which is really important, generates an immune response. So there's still is only phase 1. They next have to test 600 people, and they still think it's going to be about a year to 18 months from all the scientists and people you hear on the news or that you may know, but at least it's a good first step. And this picture below is of a boy about your age, 14, Jack McMurrow, I think his name was, talking about the way the coronavirus hits youth, which is, when we think of children getting this, we think of like little kids, but this is like your age, and it's not the typical coronavirus symptoms. It's how their body responds to it afterwards. So you may want to respond by reading that and learning more about it. So another 90 seconds for the BBC. Similar story as the New York Times top story, a war of words looms between the U.S. and China. So you can, check in today, see what's going on with that. I'm sure I'll report on it tomorrow if you want to check in as well. News that the U.S. economy can shrink by about 30% because of this virus. I guess you can see that already as economic problems have been growing as this has occurred. And then also yesterday, Governor Cuomo, during his press conference, actually took the test live to show people how it gets, to encourage people to get it. He's saying in testing in New York is much more readily available. The image below is of a school in France reopening. So you may notice some children wearing masks, how far apart their desks are. Things to think about when school reopens for us. What will be different and what do you want to be different? The picture above is from Japan. They're facing their first recession now in years, and it just shows you how empty those streets are, which normally would be packed with people shopping and things like that. So look at that. I'm done with 20 seconds to spare. I hope you're happy because I know we want this to be quicker. Okay. Today's plan. Today is as promised, another easy day for you guys. It's 2 videos on imperialism, the causes of imperialism, and the effects of imperialism. So you can see a political cartoon there of China being divided, not wanting people to divide up. China wasn't really divided up per se, but it was more about the ports and all that. You'll learn about it. You see England, Japan, France, right? All these other countries getting involved. There's 2 Google Forms. I will take those 2 Google Forms and I will average them together. The first one, the causes, has 7 questions, and the one on the effects has 11 questions. I do apologize. The one on the effects, I used to use the one from my old district. I redid it last week, and it was a bit longer than I planned on it being, but I did talk pretty slow. I know I tend to rush and mumble and talk fast in these videos, so I tried to slow it down, but it made the video longer. So I know you guys happen to know how to fast forward and like listen to me sound like a chipmunk when you listen to the video. So you can just do that again. But at least, you know, you can listen to do one now, do another later, you know, pause. I try to make it so that that's why I divide it into two so that you can do it at your own pace. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know. I'll be here to respond to emails. If you get them done by noon, I plan to have them graded today. So, you know, don't rush for that reason. But if you do, you know, sort of knock them out early, I'll let your grade up soon. All right. Miss you guys. I'm so proud of all this work you've been doing under these circumstances. We'll try to do something a bit more fun later this week. I hope everyone and their families are well.